What the heck is up, my beautiful lovelies? I hope each and every single one of you is doing amazing and wonderful and fabulous, and you're having the time of your life. And if you're not, I hope that things start to look up for you soon. We're back with another video. Today has been a very frustrating day with regard to filming. I feel like I've tried to film several times and nothing was translating the way that I wanted it to. I was having issues with filming, issues with uploading, and I know people hear that and they're like, oh, big whoop, like, oh, it was hard filming, but I'm like, no, it genuinely has been so frustrating trying to convey a message that you feel so passionately about and you just can't get the words right. You just cannot eloquently describe what you wish to say, and it's a really frustrating experience. And on top of that, having technical difficulties is just really frustrating. I was really excited about one of the messages I wanted to share today, which I think I was able to film, and I hope and I pray that it is able to be uploaded and it's beautiful and it's received well, because I think it's really important. I think a lot of young people need to hear that message, and that message is basically all about putting yourself out there and being seen, because your visibility is the amount of opportunity that's going to come towards you. And sorry, my lighting. The more people you know, the more people you interact with, that just increases your chances of receiving a lot of opportunities. And I go into networking and its perceptions and things like that in that video, and I think it's good. I think it's a good one, but I don't know if it'll be able to upload, and maybe that's just something I need to talk about another day. But I think what I want to talk about right now, and just have it be a little bit more off the top of the dome and a little bit more candid and real and just late night chats. Where was I going with that? I basically want to talk about something that I've been learning over the past 4 or 5 years now, and it is that being a likable person is one of the best skills that you could possibly ever have. Being someone who is able to adapt to different personalities, someone who is able to get along with everybody, that is a skill that just outranks and outweighs other skills any day of the week. It works in a work environment, in a social environment, in every single aspect of life, honestly. Being a likable person is such a phenomenal skill to have, and it's not hard. I truly do not think it is hard to be a likable person. That is coming from someone who was incredibly shy and deeply insecure growing up. I am an only child, and so I found it kind of hard to interact with peers for a long time, and make friends, especially in high school. But once I kind of embraced a certain philosophy, my life completely changed for the better, and I feel like I would call myself an extrovert now, where I used to call myself a complete and total introvert. I would call myself an extrovert. I would say that I have a lot of friends, whereas I used to be the type of person who would say, oh, I just have a few friends. I don't like a lot of friends. I keep my circle small. I have a lot of friends, and I'm very happy and very proud to say that. And it's just a couple of mindset shifts that I made. The first and foremost, starting in college. My freshman and sophomore year of college, I was super shy. I would go to my classes. Granted, this was like still COVID time, so I would go to my classes, mask on, and sorry about that lighting again, mask on. And I would just sit by myself because I didn't freaking know anybody. So I would just go sit by myself, and I wouldn't try to be outgoing. I wouldn't try to talk to anybody. And I just would sit by myself, and I had no friends in any of my classes. And my only friend was like my roommate, and I just didn't care to meet anybody or anything. And then I would say my sophomore year, later in my sophomore year, I told myself, I am going to walk into my first day of classes acting like my dad. My dad is a total extrovert. My dad is an entrepreneur. He's a recruiter. He talks to people for a living. He is a people person. He loves people. He'll talk to anybody. My mama is super introverted. She's the type of person where, like, if you engage her, she could talk your ear off, but like she's not gonna, necessarily go out of her way to talk to you. Definitely changing up a little bit now that she's a little bit older. But I went into that first day of classes being like, I'm gonna be my dad right now. Like, I cannot keep living being shy. I am just gonna go in and I'm gonna do a social experiment, and I'm gonna walk into all of my classes today, and I'm gonna be the first one to say hi. I'm just gonna smile, and I'm gonna say hi, and I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna chop it up with whoever's next to me. In the first class that I walk into, I see these two girls sitting next to each other, and they're a they're like giggling with each other and whatnot, and I'm like, I want to sit next to them. And we were in a group, like tables that were all facing each other, so we're in like a little cluster instead of being all facing the professor. And I was like, okay, cool. So I go up to these two girls, hey y'all, how you doing? Like, you mind if I sit here? Is this chair open? Super smiley, super nice, and like just approachable. And they're like, yeah, girl, for sure. Like, sit down with us. And I start talking with them. We're talking about the class, like, how's your first day going? Doing everything like that. I thought these two girls were best friends. I thought they were best freaking friends by the way that they were chopping it up. I was like, oh my God, like, how long have you guys known each other? Like, oh, we just met right now. I was like, you're kidding me. You just met right now? I thought y'all were best friends from the way you were literally laughing it up. And they're like, no, we just met right now. And I'm like, oh my God, well, I'm a part of this too now. And so that whole day and that whole semester and the rest of my college experience, oh my gosh, best believe I put my dad's personality on every single day. And it's become my personality. I have become someone who is outgoing and approachable and who approaches you first. And I would, baby girl, if you would have told me that when I was in middle school, that I would be coaching group fitness classes, that I would be the first to go up to people, that I wouldn't be shaking, crying, giving public presentations, like, I would have freaked out. But I just became him. And it's really just like, it's so simple. It's just being kind. It is being somebody who is inquisitive of other people. It's being someone who's positive and not complaining all the time. It's caring about other people, remembering things about them. Smiling is so huge. A smile will get you so far. A smile will literally get you so far. It is the most disarming thing that you could possibly ever do, is smile at somebody. I swear, there have been so many times when I've been in the gym and I'm like, dude, that guy's probably an asshole, or that girl's probably but you know what? You smile at them, best believe they're gonna bust out into the biggest smile ever, because it's just, everybody has an RBF if they're in the gym or if they're walking down the street or whatever. Like, you never know what people are thinking about or going through, and shooting them a little smile, I'm so sorry about this lighting. I keep bugging about it, but a smile will disarm so many people, and that's the coolest thing. And then the other mindset shift that I wanted to talk about was the fact that I used to call myself an introvert, and I used to say I only have I only have 2 friends. I used to think if somebody wasn't my best friend, ride or die, we tell each other everything, we're going to the grave together, that they weren't my friend. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Once I switched my mindset, and in college I was more outgoing and I was a group fitness instructor and whatever, I realized I have work friends. Those are the people that I hang out with at work. I have workout friends. Those are people I work out with. I have going out friends. Those are friends I go out with. I have my roommates. Those are my friends that I live with. I have my friends from home. I have my friends that are across the country. I have class friends. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than I would literally call people my acquaintances that I would see them all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, that's just my acquaintance. Like, that's not my friend, because we weren't best freaking friends for life. No, it's okay. You could have different friends that serve different purposes in your life. You don't need to have the deepest relationship with everybody. You can have surface level great friendships with a lot of different people in a lot of different areas of your life. And I think that's awesome. I think that's so awesome. Like, not everybody needs to be your best freaking friend in the entire world. You can have friends that serve different purposes. You can have friends that you like to go thrift with. You can have friends that you like to go get coffee with. You can have friends that you like to go rave with, or I don't know, like go to the bar with, or read with, or do a craft with, or play sports with. You just can have friends that serve different purposes in your life, and you connect on different levels about different things. Not everybody needs to be your best friend. And I think that those two things, those two shifts, were the best that I could have possibly ever, like, one of the best things I could have ever done for myself were making those mindset shifts, and just knowing that there's so many more good people out there than there are bad, and not giving up with people after our first interaction, because you never know what people are going through, and you never know what place they're in. You don't know if they're tired. You don't know if they're going through something. They could be having the worst day of their life. Like, just giving people an opportunity to meet you again, if that makes sense. I would just give people a chance, and don't sell yourself short. You are such a cool freaking person, and if you just put yourself out there and you allow yourself to be seen by these people, and you allow yourself to make connections and friendships, and they don't have to be your best friend in the entire world, like, you are going to do so well in life. Being likable is a skill. It is practiced. You have to practice it. It is such a phenomenal attribute to have. If you can work well with a wide variety of people, you will be great. If you can, oh my God, I wish that I could sit here for hours and talk about this, but there's been so many situations that I've been in where I get along with the really, really hyper outgoing people, and I get along with the really, really introverted, slightly socially awkward people, and I get along with both groups of people, and I'm the mediator because they just can't connect. They just can't click. They're like oil and water. They just don't work, and I'm the bridge because I have communication styles that work with both groups of people. And being able to, I don't want to say alter your personality, because it's not altering your personality. It's just being able to adapt that the energy that each group of people is giving you, and be able to communicate with them in a respectful and loving and positive way. It will, oh my God, it changes the game of life. It just changes the game of life, people. You just gotta be somebody who gets along with everybody. Not everybody has to be your best friend. Not saying that. Not everybody deserves to know everything about you. Not everybody deserves access to you. All of that. But the ability to get along and be likable, get along with everybody and be a likable individual, crack the code. Crack the code. Okay, that felt so nice and natural, and it just felt like I was talking with a friend, and I feel like I needed that, and I hope somebody else needed that, and I hope you were able to sit through and just listen to me ramble that whole time. I want this channel to be something that is really raw and uncut. I don't want to do a lot of editing. I just don't feel like it's necessary. This is real. This is me, just like I said in one of those first videos, and it just came out how it needed to. It's not perfect, but it is what it is, and I hope that this resonated with y'all. If you want to leave a like, if you want to leave a comment for me, that would be so awesome. I love feedback. Give me feedback. Give me ideas for anything that you guys want to hear about, and I hope y'all are living well, and I love y'all. See you next time.